Hi everybody, Cornelia Cozmiuc here, Head of Content and Digital Marketer, Cognitive SEO and Brand Mentions. Super happy to be joining you today. We're going to talk about some unique techniques on how to get those most wanted #1 positions on Google. So you see, a couple of years ago, I was a teaching assistant at university. As you assume, I was giving my students a lot of assignments. So while I was thinking that my students are drinking from the fountain of knowledge, I very quickly found out that there actually wasn't. That fountain actually had a name, and the name was not the university library as I thought. That name was Google, and to be more precise, top 5 positions on Google. So you can imagine that I was just keep on reading the same assignments and the same results to those assignments, the same projects over and over again. And as I was kept on doing that, I couldn't help asking why those search results are there. What did those sites do to be there on top Google positions that the other didn't? Why did I have to read the same pages, the same results over and over again? So here I am, 7 years later, a lot of research, a lot of work, and I want to share with you what I found in these last years about how to rank #1 on Google. So I know that among you are now people that are still asking if content does influence rankings. And how do I know that? Because I was one of you guys. For reals, a couple of years ago, I thought that, hey, all you need to do to rank is to have very high quality links. But science proved me wrong. I did a research not so long time ago on whether content influence rankings. It was a really big research on 4 million pages and almost 40K keywords. And what I did, I was trying to find out how does content influence rankings? I mean, meaning, are pages with a better content ranking higher than pages with lower content? Are pages with high content and very well optimized content but no links, do they have any chance to rank? And so on. So these were the results. And to my surprise, and as you can see here on the chart, the better optimized a piece of content is, the better the ranks. I repeated this research. So this line is made in 2017. And as you can see, it's pretty clear and obvious here, right? The better optimized content has better ranks. But I repeated the research in 2019, and the reason was because it was a really good, big Google update. And I wanted to see if that influenced in any way and what exactly did it change. So it seems that now content matters even more. If you look at this line here, you're going to see that you need a more optimized, a better optimized content to rank high. About the content performance, because probably now you're asking, okay, how did you measure this content performance? What exactly is that? Content performance, it's a metric developed by Cognitive SEO, where we gather a lot of algorithm, a lot of semantic search, a lot of advanced stuff, and we're going to talk about it a bit later. What you need to remember for the moment is that it seems that content does influence rankings, and it does big time, as you can see here. So far, I've written a lot of articles, I've edited a lot of articles, I reviewed a lot of articles, more than 1,000, I believe. And for all these articles, more than half of them, I know about 60%, as I can see here, are ranking in top 5 Google positions. So I'm not saying this to brag about it. I'm just saying that because I want to share with you the methodology I applied, and it actually worked. It actually brought me a lot of higher ranking articles. And I do believe that if it's correctly applied, it can work for you as well. So to give you some examples, right, another thing I've learned while teaching is that if you're not giving examples from your own experience, you're screwed. No one is going to listen. So here are some examples I want to share with you guys. So this is an article, the complete Google Easter eggs that would make you go wow. So this is an article that is ranking for this keyword, Google Easter eggs, is ranking on number 0 position. Basically, it's not ranking on number 1, it's ranking even better, and within the Google answer boxes, the direct answers. And this keyword is really, really highly searched, has a very big volume. And this article is ranking here for a while. Now, why is it ranking? Because I optimized it very well. When I said that is the complete list, well, it actually is the complete list. It really has a lot of traffic. It's not ranking only on Google Easter eggs keyword. It's also ranking on other keywords that are more generic. It's ranking for Google Eggs, for instance, or for Google Easter. So you see, these are really, really generic keywords, but this article is ranking number 1. I don't know if you see the number of results here, right? And is ranking so well on all these keywords. To have an idea, right, of the performance of this article, this is a screenshot from Search Console from Google. This is the data for the last 3 months only. You can see the total number of impressions, the total number of clicks. I mean, they are really, really big. In 1 day only, right, we get more than 2,000 clicks and almost 30K impressions. That's really a lot. You see here the average position 8.9, and you might be thinking, hey, you lied to us. You said that we're going to rank in the top 5 positions. Wait, this is the average position, meaning that this article, right, this URL is ranking for, I know, thousands of keywords. And from that, you make an average and you get this. So for the keywords that are having the higher search volume, is ranking awesome. You see on the number 1, 2, 3 positions here, most likely within the direct answer box. You see, not only on Google Easter eggs, but on all sorts of variation, and which is more interesting, on Google Secrets, right? So Google does understand that this article is not only about Google Easter eggs, but it does understand synonyms, right? And it does understand what the user is searching, and it offers him an article that will please his needs. So then again, I'm not sharing this with you to brag, guys. I just want to share from my experience so you can apply the same methodology. So let's go a bit further. These are some other articles that I apply the same. How to remove bad backlinks, for instance. Then again, within the Google direct answers, emojis and SEO titles, what's important page fix for SEO, off-page SEO examples. You can see they're all in Google direct answers. So probably by now you're asking, what exactly did I do to get those results? The reality is voodoo. No, kidding. No magic tricks, no incantations, no voodoo. I just applied a 3 steps methodology. There might be seeming like very easy to apply steps, and I'm not saying they're not, but they're with a bit of twist. So I need you to pay attention here. So firstly, you need to find trending topics in your niche, do a keyword research, but not a classic one, a bit more interesting, and optimize existing content or write well optimized content. So let's go with the first one. So how do you find trending topics in your niche? Right, you could Google them, but that would be like crazy. I mean, while we're talking now, or while I'm talking and while you're hearing to this presentation, probably, I don't know, million and other pages are written on the internet in this moment. So how can you keep up with them? It's almost impossible. Everybody's saying, hey, keep up with your industry, but how can you do that with so much content? So I personally use tools because the combination between tools and knowledge brings really good results. So for instance, I'm using the quick research from brand mentions here, where you can easily add a keyword that you're interested in topic, and it will let you know how many mentions are there about that topic, web, social, whatever you need. So you can get an idea. If you're, I don't know, interested in a topic that has no interest, there are no mentions about it, maybe you should reconsider it. Maybe you should write about something else or concentrate on another keyword. Also, what I do, I keep myself notified. I was saying earlier that I think it's really hard, almost impossible, just to stay all day on social networks and keep an eye on everything that's happening. So that's why what do I do? I create personalized email notifications. They look like this, like daily or weekly, depending on the project. I choose to be notified from brand mentions, whatever. I get new mentions from a project that I need. In my case, it's SEO topics, right? So daily, I receive mails like this. Hey, you have, people are talking about these topics. Check them out, right? And why is this super useful? Because not only do I see if they're popular or not, but I always get new ideas because people are talking, and in the comments I can see there, hey, you should talk about that, or people are asking that, and it brings a lot of new ideas that I should tackle those or not. Another very useful thing I recommend is Google Trends. You see here, you can compare any terms, or you can search for one term only, because it's really important to see if it's really still hyped. People are still talking about that or not. Is it something that it's seasonal, it's evergreen, it's something that's still of interest on your audience or not? So I do believe this is still really important. So from the first step, to sum up, find trending topics in your niche. Although it's super hard to stay connected within your industry 24/7, you can use tools like brand mentions or Google Trends to help you out with that. And also create notifications for the topics you're interested in. It's the easiest way. You get an email notification, you can easily scroll through them and see what's going on. Otherwise, I think it's almost impossible to keep up if you're not using tools, notification, and stuff like that. A bit more the easy part. Now let's go a bit more deep on how to perform efficient keyword research. So you're in front of your computer, right? And you say, hey, I want to rank high for this keyword. Why am I not ranking that high for that keyword? First of all, you have to analyze that keyword. Don't just jump into it. Analyze that keyword and find out whether you really want to rank high on that, or if it's even worth it. To start with, if you're having a keyword in mind, first of all, think, what did your user are searching that for? Why is the reason are they searching that keyword, that specific keyword? Everything, for instance, how to rank #1 on Google. Why are people searching that? Because they want to learn techniques, strategies, right? They want to know step-by-step guides, maybe some videos. They want to know something hands-on on how to get #1. So keywords, you need to know that are on 3 different type of search intent classification. So is the informational search intent, like this one, how to get #1 on Google. I gave here another example with polarized sunglasses, so you can easily understand in the same context, right? So for instance, if someone is looking for sunglasses polarized, meaning it's an informational search intent, right? People are asking, they want to find information about it. After that is the navigational keyword, right? Or people want to access a specific website, e-commerce growth, conference, Ray-Ban, Carrera, if we're talking about glasses, and so on. And after that is the transactional one, when people are actually into doing the process, into the buying, right? If someone is asking for where do I find cheap sunglasses to buy, or where do I find cheap Ray-Ban, Carreras, and stuff like that. Right, and that's the transactional. Of course, everybody knows, say, hey, we just want this, right? We're interested in the transactional, where people are actually putting in their credit card, they're throwing money at us. But that's not that easy. what I personally believe is that this you don't have to see this as a list, but as a cycle. Usually, between people's intent and actually doing the buy is a very long road. So people rarely take decision and they're buying stuff without informing a bit about the thing. So you need to inform your audience. After that, offer them the navigational and transactional content. But first of all, you need to inform it. As you can see, 80% of the people, 80% of the search queries are informational. So basically, this is what people are searching for, informational. This doesn't mean that you cannot make money out of it. No, this doesn't. It just means that you have to know what is the search intent of the users. I mean, if I could recommend two things on this year, for instance, would be wear sunglasses when it's hot outside, and also look for search intent. Understand the search intent of your users. It might seem a thing that is really, really small and unimportant, but it's actually not. It's the beginning of ranking well. So, for instance, how to perform efficient keyword search. So we typed in, let's look for the polarized sunglasses meaning, which is an informational type of keyword. And first of all, look at the monthly searches and think, does it really worth investing in this keyword? Do I want to rank #1 for this keyword? In my case here, right, has a lot of monthly searches. So yes, definitely, I want to rank high for this keyword. After that, ask yourself, is it really difficult to rank for from a content and links point of view? So I have some metrics here, right? The content difficulty and the links difficulty. So based on these metrics, I can easily see if I want to get in, if I have a chance, if I want to go to rank for this keyword. Also, what other things I can look at is people, right, interested in polarized sunglasses, meaning what other keywords do they search? What other keywords are they interested in? And what is the search volume for those? So you see, they also interested in eye exam, blue light, or sunglass lenses. So in this area, they want to find out information with this area. Moreover, right, I have the keyword, I say, okay, I'll go for it. It does have a really high search volume I'm interested in, and I think that from a content and a links point of view, I can do it, I'm totally in. After that, you have to look who's ranking for that keyword, right? Who are your competitors? Who's already ranking on the keyword you want to tackle? We do a ranking analysis. You see the top ranking sites here. And when you access one, what is super useful here within the content optimizer is that when we access this competitor, we also get a lot of other information. When was the content written, right? I can access the website right away. I can see how many words there are on the page. And also, the critical thing, I can see what keywords did they use. So they're ranking there. I can also see what links do they use also here. But for now, let's focus on content. So it's really easy within the content optimizer for cognitive SEO, for instance, this is what I'm using now, is how to see a lot of info on my competitors. I'm not seeing only who's ranking on what position, but I'm also seeing why they are ranking on that position, right? Why are they there and I'm not, or what do I need to get there, right? So remember, check out, right, monthly searches, difficulty, and also the keywords that brought them there. So on how to perform efficient keyword search, except the classic things that I'm sure you already know, right? All the information, I need you to keep in mind this. Correctly identify the search intent of your future readers. Very, very important. Know why your user is searching that. Why? Okay, keep that in mind. Check the volume and ranking difficulty for each keyword. I mean, see if you want to go in or not. Is it worth it? I mean, there might be, I don't know, let's see, a keyword that has a really low ranking difficulty, but a really low volume. Only 10 people a month are searching for that. Do you want to be #1 for that? Maybe you will, but try to tackle keywords that have a very big or bigger volume, so you can also get a lot of traffic from it. Also, don't focus on 10 keywords at once. Focus on 1 or maybe 2 keywords per page. And this way we'll get better chances on ranking #1 of that keyword. So focus on 1 or 2, not 10, not 20. Just try to keep, to narrow it down and be the best on those specific keywords. So now let's see the step #3, right? How to actually optimize your content. So to exemplify this, I think the best way would be to actually show you how I'm doing. So I was talking about the keyword tool and content, a system from Cognitive SEO. This is what I'm using. Here, the Keyword Explorer, the ranking analysis we've just talked about with the monthly volume, the difficulty, and so on. But now, this is a really cool feature because I can start optimizing a new piece of content. I can start from scratch, or I can import an URL. I can optimize something that already exists, but I think we can optimize something that already exists. You see, here I get the top SERP, and it's very important to take a look at it, but it's also very important to see why these pieces of URLs are ranking here. Yeah, so let's take, okay, I don't know, let's take this one, let's say, this piece of content, and let's try to optimize it to see how it works. I just paste here the title. So I should paste each type of content, each paragraph, or I can just do this. Is the easiest way, right? And then I click on check score. So as you see here, my check score is really low. And the target here is 70. So my check score, my content performance score is really low. This means that my content is not actually very well optimized for sunglass polarized mining. As you could see, this piece of article is ranking on page #2 on Google, and we all know where is the best place in the world to bury a dead body, on page #2 on Google. So probably nobody is looking for this page unless they're really, really desperate. So what do I do next? I get, let's say that I have a piece of content. I'm these guys, right? And I want to improve my rankings for this. First of all, I look at all the keywords I should use, right? Eye doctor, polarized lenses, reducing glare, and all that. I don't just copy paste all these keywords and add them there. No, I write contextualized sentences, things that make sense for the users, right? Remember what I say. Why search intent? Why is the user searching for this? Okay, and all these keywords here are useful not only because they will improve your content performance and therefore your rankings, but are useful because these are all the keywords that people are interested in, right? Your future users are interested of all these topics, all these themes. So why not give him the content he wants to hear? Also, we have this section here of content ideas. People also ask. You're always gonna see this. Let's go on first page of Google. Here, this section, right? When people also ask, this is overlooked but highly important. So people that are looking for this are actually asking questions on this. Are polarized sunglasses better for your eyes? What are the benefits? And so on. And if you open up one, it will keep on going and so on. So what I would do, I would put these questions and I would add them like chapters within my piece of content, because I want to answer very exactly to my user. So people who are looking for this they're actually having these questions. So why not create a piece of content and within the summary add the exact keywords here, questions from here. Of course, you cannot add them, you can improve them, add some more, and so on. But this is a very good starting point. If you're in front of your computer and don't know where to start your content, that's a pretty good place to start. Okay, so we're having the content ideas here. Though I don't think these guys are tackling them. And also, what keywords I should use. The tool will tell you what you should use more often. If you keep on stuffing, the tool will let you know. So no worries on that. So you by now might saying, okay, so if I'm writing this informational piece of content, where are the money? How are the users? The users going to read this, they're going to find it useful, but how can I get money out of it? Well, it's simple. If it's informational content, it doesn't mean that you cannot recommend your products. You cannot add links, contextual internal links, of course, to your products. For instance, see here, they also have some commercials on the pages. Not sure this is the best version to do things, but how I would do things, right? I would add chapters like this, benefits, okay, cons, and all these things, but I will also add from now then some recommendation for your type of eyes. For I don't know, for polarized sunglasses, we recommend this. For this type of light, we recommend this. For sports, for I don't know, whatever content ideas you get from here or from the keywords you should use. Okay, so if you're writing informational content, does not mean that you cannot make money out of it. Does not mean that you cannot send your readers to your commercial website where they can actually buy things. And imagine if you answer all of his questions, if you're giving really good informational content, he'll be more inclined to trust you and to buy from you. And remember what I said earlier with informational, navigational, transactional, right? That's a circle. First, he's informed about the benefits of polarized sunglasses. Then he will be looking for maybe for a specific website for the glasses I recommended here. Or maybe he's gonna access the sunglasses right from here. And after that, he's going to purchase them. So it's all a cycle, right? Use here the section, the keywords you should use, content, the ideas, add them within your chapters, subchapters, and very important, always answer to your audience. As you can see in serve here, we have this one, the Google direct boxes. And you see the very first answer here is why you should know about polarized sunglasses. And if someone is interested in this query, and a lot of people are, as you saw, 6,000 a month or so, they want to see why you should know about polarized sunglasses. So this one is actually answering a question. And the answer is actually extracted from the content of this page and is right here. And you have a small description of it. So to go back to our presentation on how to optimize your content, please keep in mind some important things that I've said earlier. For instance, these are some pieces of articles I've optimized in this way using this methodology. So you see the content performance score was 51 and it was ranking on 36th position, really, really far. And when I optimized the content, it went to the 8th position in like 2 days without doing anything. I optimized it a bit more and it went even up. But after that, I just did this. And yes, 36 to 8th in just like 2 days. Some other examples, it was the score was 68, what was on 26th position. After optimization, it went straight to the 4th position, okay? Keep in mind some other thing as well. If you wanna rank, if you wanna tackle the Google Direct answer box here, try to answer your user search intent. Okay, if you do that, chances are that Google will gonna put you here. Of course, Google likes bullets, Google likes short answers, to the point, straight. But please keep in mind that to write optimized content is not just stuffing a bunch of keywords there. No, you have to know what keywords you should put there. And that's why I was saying that the use of tools like Google SERP or the keyword tool and content assistant from Cognitive SEO are really helpful in these situations. Also, identify the keywords you should use, not without stuffing, but with using your own intuition, your own brain, and the tools I just showed you. Also, create content keeping in mind the user search intent. I think I said search intent 1,000 times within this presentation, but I do believe it's really important. I do believe it's really useful. I wouldn't have mentioned it so many times if I didn't believe that. And I've written a lot of articles. I've seen a lot. I'm looking on SERP and Google algorithms all day long. So, yeah, I would like to share this piece of advice with you. Also, answer all the questions your readers might have. So if your readers, I don't know, are asking or they're typing to how should I don't know, repair my washing machine, right? Don't just write an article where you try to sell them a washing machine if this is what you're selling. No, try to answer their questions, benefits, pros, cons, and all that, and also recommend your washing machines. Say, hey, this is difficult, maybe it's better to buy a new one. But first of all, answer to their questions. It's very important. Don't just stuff, advertorials on his neck. Just answer the questions, write content just the way you would like to read. Okay, and after that, I think things will be better. Remember that you can optimize content that you already have. So let's say that you have a piece of content that is not ranking the way you want, and you want to optimize it. You can do that, or you can start from scratch with the methodology I just showed you, and start from scratch and write a new piece of article. So by now you might be asking, okay, how can I get as well those top rankings on Google? Unicorns. No, again, kidding. There are no magic tricks, as you could see. Just efficient use of knowledge and tools. There are things that you might say, hey, I do that all the time, but no results. Now, try to take each step and really work on it, because you might be thinking that, hey, yes, I'm doing that all the time, but you're actually not doing it very efficiently or not the way you should do. Usually, if I were to give some numbers, you'd need to work like for 1 week on researching the topic and doing keyword research, and way less, just a couple of days on writing the actual page. So researching and all that, and knowing what your content should include, should take way more than actually writing the content, because when you start writing, you already know what you have to do. Okay, so I'm sure that we can all do this. As saying, there is no magic tricks. Of course, it depends a lot on the niche and all that. I'm not going to say that this is gonna work for everything. This is the universal solution. No, it depends a lot on the context and everything. But if you perform social listening, right, first, if you do in-depth keyword research, and if you understand the users searching that, and after that write content that is well optimized for that search intent, then I think your chances are really high that you will get those top Google positions. So thank you very much for your time and for your attention. If you have any questions about anything, please don't hesitate to write me. This is my email address. I'm gonna just leave it here for a second. Also, you can check out our websites, our blogs, if you want. I'm writing there a lot on blog posts, so you can check them out and see how they're ranking, if what did I use, and all sort of stuff. Please use your knowledge, use the tools that you have, the one that I recommended, and maybe some other tools that you have at your disposal, and try to research a lot. And if you do that, I do believe that your ranks will definitely improve. So thank you for your attention, and Hope to hear you back soon, and hope you're gonna write me about your great rankings you achieved. Enjoy.
As an e-commerce manager, you want to stop spending money on expensive ads. OmniConvert Explore helps you improve conversion through A/B testing, personalization, and surveys. Understand that growth is also a matter of retention, not only acquisition. With OmniConvert Reveal, you'll understand segments, monitor customer experience, and nurture your customers on every channel.